皆さん、こんにちは。Today, I am going to explain a new unit, which is something to do with, guess what? Transportation, like the train, or like taxi, Uber, cab, and the whole town, like you can see on this side. Okay, let's look at this title of the slideshow. It says 13か. Ka. In this case, ka is actually not a question particle. It's actually a unit or lesson. So lesson 13. Bunpo. I hope you write it down. Bunpo means grammar. Some of you already may know it. The first sentence that you will see on the screen is うちから学校まで。うちから学校まで. That is from home until you reach the school. From home to school. どうやって with a baby 2, double consonant 2. So you don't pronounce this 2. どうやって. Write that word down, and which means how do you. いきますか? How do you go from home to school? Okay, so that is a main sentence that you would have to keep in mind. All right, so something 物言葉. This squiggly line represents something. Something 物言葉. Like, what is this? 食べます. What is to eat, right? 飲みます. That is to drink. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go over this. 食べます. So something to eat, which is food, right? Remember that? That is 食べ物. Drink, to drink, right? Something to drink was 飲み物. Like soda, coffee, beer, juice, whatnot, right? 読みます. I hope you didn't forget this kanji. If you forgot, please write it down on your note. And that means to read. Yes, to read. And if you want to say about book, that was home, but not all reading materials are books, right? So you can say something to read, like magazines or newspaper or even online material. You can actually make it to yomimono. Yeah. So this is kind of a new word. Write it down. 買います that came out slightly at the end of last unit, which means it's going to come out a lot, so please write it down. To buy, we will learn the kanji for 買います later, but for now, just hiragana is fine. And so, instead of something to buy, we usually say shopping. Okay, shopping in Nihongo, can you guess? Exactly. So, 買い物. So what you are doing is you are adding mono after the verb stem. Verb stem. Do you remember that? Verb stem is something that you separate after masu. Yeah, so 食べ is verb stem of the 食べます. 飲み for 飲みます. 読み for 読みます. 買い is for 買います. Now, 乗ります. This is a new word. Write it down. And which means to ride on or ride in any kind of a transportation, including even Disneyland's like a jet coaster and stuff like that. Roller coaster. Yeah. So to ride, something to ride on, something to ride in is 乗り物. Includes bus, train, airplane, it's a small world ride, all of those including that you would call it as norimono. All right. So let's look at some of the norimono that are commonly seen in Nihon. どんな乗り物ですか? Do you remember どんな? That is what kind? What kind of 乗り物? Let's try to see it. This is a train, typical train in Nihon, Japan. 電車 is how we call a train. Write that down. This is also a densha, but if you notice, this is underground. It's in like a looking like a subway station because it is a subway. And it says, remember this kanji? Atarashi Sapporo. Sapporo is in Hokkaido, the northern part of Japan. Yeah, Sapporo has a lot of subways, so does Tokyo and other major metropolitan cities. So subway is slightly different way to we call it chikatetsu. Okay, make sure you know the difference between densha and chikatetsu. I mean, chikatetsu train itself is densha, but we're just trying to say above ground versus underground. All right, did you write that down? どんな乗り物? This is taxi, and 日本語でタクシー、タクシー。And this is bus. Can you see this katakana? Yeah, that's bus. All right. So these are some of the public transportation. どんな乗り物ですか? This you would see all over Hawaii. We don't have train yet, but we have cars. That's probably the major transportation that you use. And although this is not a public transportation, but nowadays we have Uber and stuff like that. So I'm just going to teach you that it's kuruma. Kuruma means just cars in general. All right. So write that down. どんな乗り物ですか? This is the Japan Airlines airplane. Airplane in general. It's 飛行機. 飛行機 means flying machine, and that is airplane, right? 飛行機. So did you write down all of those air transportation like thing? 乗り物? Yeah. 電車, 地下鉄. To say I ride on that subway or something, you would put whatever the norimono name here, like densha, and you put ni norimasu. Ni norimasu. This is almost like into the ni. Okay, so it is sort of like a destination, but it's specifically norimasu. You just have to memorize that goes with a ni. So, 電車に乗ります。地下鉄に乗ります。乗り物に乗ります。Any 乗り物, you would say に乗ります。Take a ride. Okay, 電車に乗ります。地下鉄に乗ります。Copy all of these sentences. The more you write, the better you memorize. Okay, now we got in the beginning. This, right? Now we're going to get off from densha or chikatetsu or any kind of norimono. You are going to switch a particle into o. O. Yeah. You're going to say it. In Romaji, we spell it at W-O, but we pronounce it as purely o. Don't say wo. That's a dialect. That is not a standard Japanese language. So please don't say wo. There is no such sound, wo, unless you go to certain area, like I don't know, Kansai region, probably, most likely. Okay, 乗り物を降ります。そう、電車を降ります。地下鉄を降ります。So, 降ります means to getting off from a transportation. Okay, let's do a few things. タクシーに乗ります。バスに乗ります。How do you get off? タクシー。That's right. タクシーを降ります。バスを降ります。Okay? I just want to make sure that you understand once again. タクシー、電車、地下鉄、any 飛行機、車、any of those transportation means of transportation. You would do 乗ります to get in. 降ります to get off. And what particle goes in there? に乗ります。タクシーに乗ります。電車に乗ります。地下鉄に乗ります。What particle goes with the 降ります? お、降ります。So beware these particle, and I want you to keep saying over and over again so that it becomes part of you. Let's do this. タクシーに乗ります。タクシーを降ります。Repeat after me. タクシーに乗ります。タクシーを降ります。電車に乗ります。電車を降ります。地下鉄に乗ります。地下鉄を降ります。That's it for today. さよなら。Make sure you rewind the videos if you didn't understand certain things.